One of the really important things with this house was to integrate inside and outside, because it's not a big space. It feels much bigger than it is, partly because the living room flows into the courtyard. Obviously the risk here is water penetration, so what we did was we installed a stainless steel heel guard drain. We've got all these conduits running through the slab before we poured them, and that's the way that we get the water away from here out to the garden, to the stormwater drainage system, and keep it out of the house.
From a design perspective, we wanted the house to be able to move from the casual open plan to a more formal environment easily. We indicated to the architect that we would like to have a wall, a movable wall here, to enable formal dining in this space and still have a fully functioning kitchen that wasn't part of that dining room area. It fell to Steele Associates to give effect to that plan, and what we ended up with was a wall. It moves easily and functionally into position, and it works. And from a builder's point of view, as I say, we told the architect what we needed, the architect designed it up, but Steele Associates had to deliver. It's the ability to turn function and form into reality, and that's what we got.
So this was the dividing wall between the two terraces. It had to stay for structural reasons. The challenge was to make it an enhancement of the space rather than something which detracted from the feel of the house. We didn't want this to feel like a heavy centre of the home. It had to be light, and this levitating stone half gives you the solidity, but also gives you a sense of lightness in the space. These units being in the living room, is important to really distinguish them from a kitchen cabinet. One of the ways we did that was to design this flush solid timber cut-in handle, which makes it feel like a piece of furniture rather than a cabinet. What happened with the television is it was too big when it came in. What it turned out had happened is that we'd been given the screen size, not the frame size. And that was particularly challenging because the unit it's in is a stainless steel bar and pins, making all these shelves adjustable, but so that it fits seamlessly into the building. You'll notice that it's actually built in, so that the rods are installed before the ceiling, and all the joinery shelves were put on before the ceiling was finished. So it wasn't simply a matter of taking shelves out to cut them. We had to dismantle the entire unit, take down part of the ceiling, recut the shelves in a joinery workshop, bring them back in and reinstall them.
Steele Associates followed that through complete with my trauma tantrum, but the thing is that it happened and there was no extra cost, and we got the perfect outcome with all of the function again that allows us to have what we wanted. The stairwell in any terrace house is the dark heart. What we've been able to do to get rid of that darkness is install circular skylights to be able to move around in these sorts of spaces with this sort of light instead of the darkness is a big plus.
And because we're working in an original Harry Seidler building, it was very important to keep the design features and enhance them rather than clutter them. Steve and Rupert have a beautiful art collection, needed flexibility in hanging that art collection without constantly putting holes in the wall every time they move a painting. So what we did was use an art track system. Simple enough. We managed to integrate it with a shadow line cornice, so that the shadow line cornice is consistent around all walls. The art track is on most walls. The most difficult to achieve was this curved line. We took a template of the curve, sent the measurements off to a factory where the art track was bent. It's then fixed in to the original structure using very strong bolts, so you can hang any sort of piece here without a problem. And we got specially made fittings that will sit in there, and the friction will hold them and prevent them from rolling down the wall. And it's worked beautifully, and great to see all these gorgeous paintings. This is the old stairwell to the second house, which was cleverly turned into a powder room, even more cleverly made to feel much larger than it is through the use of mirror on two walls. All these mirrors were custom measured, cut to size, siliconed on, and also concealed joinery where necessary. So it's really seamlessly integrating as much as you can, doing as much with the space as you can. Each space in a house like this needs to be doing at least 2 or 3 things.